Right. Okay, let's start. And under the electricity lesson, we just discuss about how different type of electricity, like lime battery, lemon battery and all, we just discuss how it create electricity. And then electricity can be generated using this method. This is actually how the dynamo works. So what is happening here, right? By moving this magnet. So when this is like reverse, like when there is a magnet, when there's a coil, and when we pass electricity through the coil, there will be a magnetic field created. In the other hand, when we move a magnet through this coil, it will generate electricity. Actually, it depends on the side that you move the magnet, electricity will be created. So magnet එක move කරන right, magnet එක move කරන side එක මත. When you move the magnet forward, it will create. So this is a galvanometer, center zero galvanometer. So it shows the direction of current. So when you move this forward, it showing one side. When you move backward, it's showing another side. So that is actually depend on the coil side as well as the magnet side. Okay, so let's try to experiment that virtually using our electromagnets. Okay, this is actually showing how magnets and electromagnets are working in our virtual lab experiments. And in the other hand, you can try with the Tinkercad. I'm not sure whether Tinkercad is providing this coil, but let's see. So meanwhile, it loads. Let me tell what is happening there. So actually, in the motor, I hope that you have just done some experiments with motors. Have you seen inside the motor? Inside motor, actually, what is there? So if you analyze inside the motor, there's a coil. Right? There's a coil. Yes. Yes, there's a coil, and as well as there are two permanent magnets like this. Two permanent magnets and a coil. So what will happen? Yes, how this works? When the power when you provide the power, this center coil will also create a magnetism. Why? Because when there's a power going through a conductor, right, then there will be a magnetic field created. So here in this experiment, so still loading. Let me show once loaded. So there will be a magnetic. So in the middle, there will be a magnetic. Actually, this is an electromagnet. In the middle, you have electromagnet. Here, this is a permanent. These are two permanent magnets. එතකොට permanent magnet එකකුයි electromagnet එකකුයි තියෙන්නේ. electromagnet එක දෙන්නේ current එක දෙනකොට. හරි, current එක දෙනකොට තමයි electromagnet එක වැඩ කරන්නේ. Right? This is called brush base motor. When you provide the current, the electromagnet will magnetize. Right? When you provide the current, electromagnet will magnetize. So let's see. There's an interesting animation, but I'm not sure whether it is available now. So this animation is very nice to understand this concept. Not this one or this one. Yes. But there was interactive website too. This is YouTube animation. All are YouTube animation seems. Okay, let's see. This one is YouTube animation. Let's see that first, because this is important in understanding this electromagnetic concept. You have seen the preparation, like this is what happening when there is a current carrying conductor. So actually this is a horizontal view of that. So there is a conductor carrying, this can be a wire. When there's a conductor carrying current, what will happen? Right, it will create a magnetic field around that. And we are due to this north and south magnets, right? Due to this north and south magnets, there is a magnetic field among that as well. Okay, here this is what's happening. So this is called actually armature or the coil, right? So this is the south side of the magnet. This is north side of the magnet, north pole and the south pole. Okay, this is what happening, right? You can see the power goes through plus to minus to this conductor cable. Then what will happen? When the current goes through this cable, there will be, right? There will be a magnetic field created. Current එක යනකොට ඒ වටේට magnetic field එකක් හැදෙනවා. මේ විදිහට තමයි current එක යන්නේ. ඔය battery එකකින් අපි දෙනවා කියලා හිතමු. එතන මේ current එක යනවා. මේක හරහා armature එක හරහා current එක යනවා. එතකොට magnetic field එකක් හැදෙනවා. තාම අපිට magnetic field එක පෙන්නුවේ නැහැ. ඔන්න බලන්න. If we start to supply DC by a commutator system, current will start to flow. As we see, positive terminal of the battery is connected to the left conductor of the terminal, and negative terminal is connected. Okay, then as we see in model, north pole and left side, south pole. Okay, see what will happen. Still we cannot see. Right. Okay, now we can see this. When the power moves through this, so there will be a force because of this magnetic field. The magnet වල තියෙනවානේ magnet attract වෙනවා වුණාම magnet attract උත් වෙනවා ඊට අමතරව හල්ලු කරන එකක් වෙනවානේ. ඒතර මේ magnetic field එකේ හින්දා තමයි මේක rotate වෙන්නේ. කොහොමද ඒක වෙන්නේ කියන එක දැන් බලමු. Right. To know that, you need to know the Fleming's this is left hand law, right? So this is actually, this was introduced by a person called, yes, Fleming. So you have to take the left hand. Isalama left hand එක ගන්න. Take the left hand. Take your left hand. And first three fingers, right? Keep first three fingers perpendicular to each other. වම් අත ගන්න. වම් අත අරගෙන මේ ඇඟිලි තුන එකිනෙකට ලම්බකව තියාගන්න. 90 degrees, right? So you are, like you can see here, 90 degrees from here to here, and here to here also 90 degrees. You have to keep like this. If I want to show, if I can show you this. So yeah, can you show me using your web camera? You can show it using your web camera whether you have keep it correctly. Take your left hand, right? Take your left hand and show it to me. Yes, you can turn on the web camera and show it to me. Come on. Quickly. Do you know this law? තිසන්දි දන්නවද මේ නීතිය? ෆ්ලෙමින්ගේ වමත් නීතිය කියලා. කියන්නේ මේක පොඩ්ඩ ලකුණාම ඉගෙන ගන්න තාම දන්නේ නැතුව ඇති. බට් මම කියලා දෙන්න කොහොමද මේක හොයාගන්නේ කියලා දැනට නිකන් මේක මේ ලොකුවට මේ සිලබස් එකට වණ නැහැ පුතේ. But just to give you some idea, that is why I'm telling. Come on, turn on your camera and show me your fingers like this. Like you can keep the fingers like this. You can see this is my index finger, the middle finger, and like this. You have to keep the fingers like this. Can you see? Each are perpendicular to each other. Okay, let's say the direction of current is shown by the middle finger. මැද ඇඟිල්ලෙන් පෙන්නනවා කියලා හිතන්න current එකේ direction එක. current එක යනවා. current එක යනවා නම් එතකොට මේ index finger එක තමයි පෙන්වන්නේ මොකද්ද? magnetic field එක. චුම්බකත්වය. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ පෙන්වුවේ නැහැ මට අත එහෙම තියලා පෙන්වුවේ නැහැ. side තිසන්දි. Oh. Sanogi? Not interested in showing the fingers.
So there's a power cutting.
I thought pain Okay, yes, side correct. Side correct. And then another power cut. Sanugi Tisandi, both of you are having power cuts. Hari, come on. Then may like if you keep the fingers this way, maybe you don't know this law doesn't matter, but just remember, right? Just remember this law is very important because like we can find to which direction this will move. Either current middle finger shows the direction of the current, then the index finger shows the magnetic field, and the magnetic force is shown by the first finger. Right? So this is what happening. Hari, api balamu then make a වැඩ කරන විදිහ. How this is applicable to the motor. Right? Keep your hand like this. You can see the current, the direction of current, then the magnetic field, magnetic force, right? Okay. The direction of current, you can see the yellow color direction of current. The direction of current yellow color direction of current. Then magnetic field north to south or south north. Magnetic field. If direction of current this direction, it's going forward. So can you tell me, then make a current go? Can you tell me if direction of current is this way, is moving from our end to the other end? If direction of current is like this, can you tell me magnetic field, is it north to south or south to north? Magnetic field. North to south. The magnetic field. Magnetic field will be here to here, right? Okay, this is the magnetic field. Then can you tell me the magnetic force?
South north.
Force. Force
Up.
Upward. Neither. Magnetic force. Magnetic force again. This motor will start rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise? Orlosu karakena පැත්තටද අනිත් පැත්තටද? Clockwise කියන්නේ orlosu කටු කරගෙන පැත්තට. එහෙමද අනිත් පැත්තටද anti-clockwise the counter clockwise the
Clockwise.
Clockwise. Okay. Understood. The force එක උඩට එන්නේ. ඒතර මේ පැත්තේ current එකක් හිතමු. ඔන්න මම yellow color arrow එකෙන් දානවා. First I'm using the yellow color arrow and showing the direction of current, right? Direction of current මෙහෙට. If direction of current is this direction, okay, direction of current is this, then the magnetic force, magnetic field will be which direction? South to north or north to south? Magnetic field.
South north.
South to north. Then magnetic force.
Downwards.
Yes.
Downwards.
Magnetic force. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Current goes this direction, the yellow color, then white color one showing the magnetic field, and so then you can see this is going upwards. That is correct, right? That is what you said. So this, you can see the magnetic field, and this is the basically the current. And then magnetic force will be, yes, magnetic force will be, current goes this direction. Then what will happen? You can see this is now like a, you can see this is like a seesaw, but it is going all around because when it goes the other side, the direction change. Can you see how a motor rotates? Can you understand how motor rotates? Now, Sanugi, can you hear me? Can you understand how motor rotates now?
Yes, sir.
If not, tell me, right? Then පටන් ගන්නකොට මේක බලන්න. දැන් මේ පැත්තේදී මේක තමයි law එක. Fleming's left hand law. එතකොට මේ පැත්තට current එක යද්දී magnetic field එක තිබ්බේ north to south. එතකොට උඩට. ඇඟිලි තුන මතක තියාගන්න. Direction of current this way. Then the magnetic field is from here to here, and then the force is upward. It is Oklahoma Caragilla. So this is going this side, and then it's the other way, right? it's the other way, then you can see, so you have to keep your finger, right? Keep your finger, then rotate like this, and it rotates the other way, right? So then you can see the magnetic field, it's going this direction. The magnetic field is again this direction. So then it moves downwards. It moves downwards, right? That is what happening. Okay, the magnetic field you can see, and then the force will be downwards. එතකොට මේ පැත්තෙන් පල්ලහැට ඇදෙනවා. The magnetic field එක හැම වෙලේම the magnetic field එක අපි හිතන්න ඕන because of this north and south, the magnetic field will be this direction. We have to understand that. So earlier also magnetic direction, it is static because these poles are not going to change, right? The poles are not going to change. Poles will be fixed. මේ pole දෙක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ pole දෙක කැරකෙන්නේ නැහැ. These poles are fixed, right? It is fixed. This is fixed. So the magnetic field will be this. So when current goes this direction, this moves upward first. Then the current goes this direction, it moves downwards. එතකොට ඒ හරියට මෙතනින් එක්කෙනෙක් උඩට අදිනවා වගේ, මෙතනින් එක්කෙනෙක් පල්ලයට අදිනවා වගේ. ඔතනින් තමයි මෝටරේ කරකෙන්න පටන් ගන්න. Okay, can you tell me, can you give me a suggestion? I want to turn this motor otherwise, or counterclockwise. Any solution? මට මේ මෝටරේ අනිත් පැත්තට කරකවන්න ඕනේ. දැනට කරකෙන්නේ මේක clockwise නේ මේ පැත්තටනේ. මට counterclockwise කරකවන්න ඕනේ. I want to rotate this counterclockwise. Any suggestion?
We can exchange north in the south place and south in the north place.
Yes, south and north poles we can change. Very good answer. That will change the magnetic field. Therefore, the rotation direction will be, but that is inside the motor, right? That is the difficult thing. That is inside the motor. If you can access the motor, you can change the south pole and north pole. That will do the task, but the problem is that is inside the motor. Any other thing?
Change the sides of the motor.
Change the side of the motor. Which side?
Battery.
Battery. Yes. Change the side. Change the sides of the battery. So what about putting the battery other way? Connecting plus to this and minus to this. You rotate the battery. That you can do, no? The motor if you can change the poles, yes, that will work, but you cannot do that because it is inside the motor. But still, you can change the battery, sides of the battery. Then what will happen? The motor should rotate other way, right? Samani electronic device pitch and current pattamaru. Motor came in. Motor come the motor can right? Motor will turn other way. Okay. So you can test this with a small motor. I think we have motor in the Tinkercad. So you can test with that. Tinkercad building up test. Tinkercad. Let's go to the circuits. See the motor. So I need the DC motor. This is DC motor. Okay, you can see the armature here. And this time I'm using a battery. So let's use a battery. Prefer to have two batteries. 1.5 volt is also enough. This is a small battery. So let's connect the poles, negative to this, negative, and positive to positive. Let's play it and you can see it rotates, right? So which direction it rotates? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Which direction it rotates? Clockwise the counterclockwise the? Yes?
Clock.
The
Right, other side.
Counterclockwise. This is moving counterclockwise. Then if you need to move this clockwise, what do you need to do? Change the battery.
Change the battery side.
Sides, battery sides. With the motor, we cannot change. So let's change it, and I'm connecting this time the other way. Okay. So let's connect like this. I'm connecting this to this one and this one to the other. Okay, now let's simulate and you can see the motor rotates the other direction, right, clockwise. So that will not burn. So that is electronic, that electronic device will not burn. Okay, then you can you can actually do the practical in other way. That means you can take a motor, rotate this manually. So what should happen? Motor if you take a motor and rotate this without connecting to a battery, if you are rotating the motor, if you try to rotate a motor, yes, if you try to rotate a motor without without connecting to a battery, then what should happen? You have to try this. Get a motor and rotate. To these ends, please connect a bulb. Right? Get a motor and rotate. To these ends, please connect a bulb and see what will happen. And see what will happen. When you turn the motor, so that rule, it does the other side. Like you have the magnetic field and you are providing a force. Then there's a magnetic field, and when you are providing a force, it will produce electricity, and that is what here. That is what you can see here. Right? So there is a magnetic field, there is a wire, and using a permanent magnet, by moving the permanent magnet through this, what you are trying to do? Wind the insulated copper wire. So wind the insulated copper wire as a coil around a cardboard or PVC tube dynamite by a diameter of 3 centimeters. So this is much bigger. Stretch well and clean the two ends of the coil. Fix the, because this is enamel. Insulated means normally any enamel like a okay, normally any insulated coil like a copper wire. Make a depath sudda kalla api connect karaganna ඕන. Right, then connect it to the galvanometer. Then move the bar magnet inside the coil and record your observation. When you move the bar magnet from this side, it will generate current. When you move bar magnet the other side, it will generate current. So that is what you can see. Okay. So this is what found by the Michael Faraday. We said that last day also. Michael Faraday was the founder of this concept. He found that by moving a magnet coil inside, by moving a magnet inside a coil of wire, it will generate electricity. That is what found by Faraday. An electric current is generated by moving magnet inside a coil of wire. Right? And so similarly, you can do, right? We can do similar thing by connecting motor to this galvanometer. So actually, this is a lead, right? You can use, like you can say a cork or lead maybe. A cork can be like you can find. So this is difficult to find, but you can create using a wooden material, or you can use rubber lead for this and connect 4 yogurt spoons. Yogurt can be hattarak eka pattata paravala connect karanna puluwan. Then what you can do is you can just rotate this. So one method of rotating is using wind. Pimbala puluwan apita rotate karanna. Right? One method of doing this is by using wind. The another method of rotating this by using water. Actually, if you use water, you can simulate the hydropower. Waturen current එක දෙනවා වගේ අපිට මේක simulate කරන්න ඕන. When you rotate the motor, මොකද මේක ඇතුලේ coil එක තියෙනවා. Already the coil is there. Already the magnet is there. Now what you are doing? The මෙතන අපි කරේ මොකද්ද පුතේ move කරේ? Here what did we move? Yes, to generate current, what we have to move here? මොකද්ද move කරේ අපි මෙතන? Sandy, tell me your answer, please. Yes.
We move the magnet.
Yes, we move the magnet. Can we move the coil instead of magnet?
No, sir.
Why? අපිට බැයිද coil එක මෙහාටයි මෙහාටයි අරන් යන්න ඒත් පුළුවන් අපිට. දැන් magnet එක ඉස්සරහටයි පස්සහටයි ගන්නේ නැතුව coil එක ඉස්සරහට පස්සට අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්. Can or cannot? Can. We can do that. Right? We can do that. Right? We can move the coil back and forth. Coil එක ඉස්සරහට පස්සට අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මෙතනදි කරන්නේ ඒක තමයි. මෙතනදි magnet දෙක fix නේ. In a motor, both magnets are fixed now. Therefore, what you are doing? You are moving the coil. Right? That will also work. Moving the coil will also work. Moving the magnet will also work. Moving the coil will also work. Okay? And that's it. Okay. Then have you tried this experiment also in the school? No.
No, sir. We are still in the sound and hearing lesson.
Sound and hearing lesson doesn't matter, right? You will try this later. You can just read. So I'll give you interesting one to try. So you can, if you can find this neodymium magnets. I said this last week also. The matter the mama කරපු එක experiment එක නෑනේ පුතේ නැත්තම් මට පෙන්වන්න තිබ්බා. මේ neodymium magnet එකක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් නම් මෙන්න මේ වැඩේ කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? This will be really interesting thing, right? ඔය ඕකෙම තමයි මේකත් කරන්නේ. මේක ගොඩක් කට්ටිය දන්නේ නැහැ. Sorry. Battery magnet frame. Right, okay. So this is something interesting, right? So this is something very interesting. So what you need to do is you need to get a battery. You can take a rechargeable battery or normal battery, that is okay. But better if the battery capacity is high, 1.4 නැතු ටිකක් හොඳ battery energize side market එකක් ලප්පරිටියක් හොඳ battery එකක් ගන්න. Okay, this is the experiment. Then connect මේ battery එකට magnet, neodymium magnets කියලා කියන්නේ මේවට. මෙයා round magnet තියෙන්නේ. So here
tabular magnet.
මේ තියෙන neodymium magnet කියලා කියන්නේ මේවා ටිකක් powerful. neodymium magnet නැතුව ආට ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේ මේගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන techshop.lk කියන්නේ. These magnets are really powerful, right? You can see, you can buy these neodymium magnets, right? So it's there in this shop. What is this? Techshop.lk. Yeah, so they are saying this one is out of stock. So you have to find the diameter of the battery, right? Before buying that, find the diameter of a AA battery. Normally, what is the diameter? AA battery, it is ASL measures. How many millimeters? This is 50 millimeters. 50 millimeters. Is it the dimension? Yeah, you can see it here. It is not 50 millimeters, sorry. It is 14 here. AA battery 14 to 14.5 millimeter, and this one is low capacity AA 13.5, sorry, 3.5 millimeter. 13.5, right? 13.5 millimeter to 13.9 millimeter. Yes, this measurement is good. This is what you need actually. This measurement. A is not the measurement. This unit, yeah, 14 millimeter, around 14 millimeter. Millimeter 14ක් වගේ තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Maximum 15 millimeter. වගේ තමයි තියෙන්නේ. So that you need, because like here also is 13, 14 again 15 millimeter වත් ගන්න ඕන නියෝඩියම් ගනිද්දි. මොකද මේ බැටරි එකටදී චූට්ටක් ලොකු වෙන්න ඕන. you have to take at least this. This is like 8 mm. This magnet 8 mm to 2 mm is not enough. 10 mm not enough. 12 mm, 12 to 2 mm. Round this. This would be, but still I think you need to get more, like at least 50. This one is good. See, this one, this is actually 15 mm and 3 mm magnet. So this is what you need, right? Make a gun now. May neodymium magnet gun now, right? So the A double A battery gun now. It already chudi battery gun now and triple A battery gun now. If you are taking triple A battery, triple A battery seems diameter is only 10 millimeter. Triple A again chuti make. If triple A battery, the diameter is yes 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter means like you can get this neodymium magnet of 12 millimeter. Yes, 12 millimeter is okay with that. But for this task, you need this one. This magnet is really powerful. This magnet is really powerful, and they are having a lot of magnets. I found this site today actually. So it's really interesting that yeah, this is anyway okay. They are saying that they are delivering within week. So anyway, that is really good thing. So this is a very good website. I think I have to bookmark this one. It has interesting stuff too. But this one is in stock. You can buy, right? You can buy this one. So this is not a big amount. You need this today. You need this throughout your journey, right? Throughout your journey means up to your A levels. You need this. Therefore, buy it now, because why I'm telling to buy it now, because later what will happen? Later with the price increase and out this, you can see most of are out of stock. So you will not be able to find this in Sri Lanka, and you cannot import this as well. So that is a problem. No, therefore prepare now itself. So what we are going to do now? Okay. So this is interesting task. You have to stick them together. Stick these magnets. But when you are sticking the magnets, make sure that. So this is repelling, right? So you know repelling and like attracting and repel. So what is attracting? What is repelling? Yes. Magnet.
Attracting means
Yes. Attraction and repulsion. Repel. Attracting and repelling. What is attraction? Repulsion. So attracting means you can see the magnetic force. Unlike poles will get attract. Like poles will
repel.
Repel. Like poles or the similar poles will repel. Unlike poles will attract, or different poles will attract. The similar poles will repel. So here these magnets you have to stick in such a way, but they are not actually shown in this video. It should repel. It should not attract. That means let's say here you have the north of the magnet. So let's go using another color. Here you have north in this magnet, and here it should also be north, right? If this is south, this should also be south. So likewise, you have to attract the magnet. Okay, at least try with 3 magnets. I tried with 3 magnets, 4 magnets. So it's working properly. And your coil, this is a copper coil, and this should be, so not with the enamel, because there are 2 kind of copper coils. One is insulated copper wire. Don't get insulated copper wire. The like insulated copper wire, there's an enamel. Right? Insulated copper wire, there's an enamel. You have to like scratch, maybe use a sandpaper and scratch it. And get, so you have to get non-insulated. Either you have to take an uninsulated wire, or what you have to take, or you have to take an insulated wire and remove the, right, maintain the world's simple electric train. So let's see what the instructor says, right? Okay. You are going to read electric train actually. then this should be non-insulated. Insulate to not bad, insulate to the current again. Okay, then what will happen? What he's going to do? He's going to place this inside the coil, right? See, he's going to place this inside the coil. And what will happen? Right. So, make a please look this. Actually, when it touch the okay. So this is interesting thing. You can also do this. Now 2 trains. Okay, what is the theory? How this happens? Huh? How this happens?
From the power of the magnet.
No, not just the power, because these copper coils are not magnetizable. Copper coils are not magnetic elements. They are magnetic elements. Power of the magnet taking when repel karaneka may edges dekka. Make a touch with the when you are like, you can see this image. Okay, when these both edges are touching, here. When both edges are touching this, so power goes from the positive to negative, right? When these 2 magnets are touching the coil, what will happen? There will be a circuit created. Understood? Then only start the process. Touch plus second. Plus will be touching the wire. Then here the negative edge, that will also be touching the wire. So through the coil, there will be power transmitted. When power is transmitted over the coil, what will happen? There will be a magnetic field. Understood? If not, tell me, right? Then copper coil copper coil this is your copper coil, right? එතකොට මේ පැත්තේ තියෙනවා ඔන්න magnet එක හරහා තමයි මේ බැටරියේ නෙගටිව් එක ඍණාග්‍රය බැටරියේ මේ magnet එක හරහා ගිහිල්ලා ටච් වෙනවා මේ coil එකේ මෙතනට. ඒතර බැටරියේ ධනාග්‍රය the positive edge ඒක ගිහිල්ලා ටච් වෙනවා නම් මෙතනට there will be magnetic field නේ. ඒකනේ අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ දැන්. නේද? ධාරාවක් ගෙන යන සන්නායකයක් වටා චුම්බක ක්ෂේත්‍රයක් ඇති වෙනවා කියන එක. මේක මෙතනදී coil එකෙන් current එක යනකොට right there will be a magnetic field. That is what we learned. Then දැනට මේ දෙක permanent magnet නේ. So there is a permanent magnet here and here. So there will be repulsion created. Repulsion force is created actually because of these 2 magnetic poles. The repulsion එකක් වෙනවා. මේකෙන් push කරනවා මෙහෙම තල්ලු කරනවා මේ magnet එක. මොකද magnetic field එකක් එනකොට මෙයා තල්ලු කරනවා. ඊළඟට ආයෙ touch වෙලා තව එකක් එනවා. Another circuit will be created. It is also pulling. Another one. It is also repelling. Another one. It is also repelling. Another one. It is also repelling. When this is touching, continue to touch, it will repel. This will make the battery and the coil hot, right? Battery ka coil එක ටික රත් වෙනවා. When you do the experiment, you will understand. So the battery and coil will generate some heat, and after some time the battery will be die, right? Battery will die means that is why I asked you to take a rechargeable battery. Or the battery bahina current එක යනවනේ දිගටම මේ coil එක හරහා. Coil එක හරහා ගියාම ටිකක් වෙලා රත් වෙලා battery එක බහිනවා. Right? So here you can see this experiment is done with like a lot of coils. You can also try this and do this experiment for an exhibition if you can. Do this for an exhibition in your school. Okay, it's a nice setup. He's showing the steps of doing that. It's taking a cable, I think, and then what is doing? Ayana මේක දාලා උතන්නේ coil එක. You can see is using a drill to rotate in a drill, and then this is how he's creating the coil. Okay, he's creating the starting point like this. Nice creation. Tunnels, all these things are there. He's creating complete track, right? Nice one. So going to find the winner, right? Whether it is Energizer or Duracell or interesting experiment. Do this for because you are in grade 6 and you know about the theory, and also you know about the way that this should be implemented. You can also do this as a practical implementation. Maybe for your science experiment exhibition, you can implement this. This you are trying. Okay, that is all using this theory, right? Generating, sending a power through a wire, and actually the make any pathology. මෙතනදි වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? මැග්නට් එකක් මූව් කරාම පවර් එක එනවා. ඒතර පවර් එක දුන්නාම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? When power is provided, magnet should move නේ. Understood? That is the reverse. මේකෙන් ඔයාලට තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. මැග්නට් එක මූව් කරනකොට පවර් එකක් ජෙනරේට් වෙනවා. එහෙනම් පවර් එකක් දුන්නාම මැග්නට් එක මූව් වෙන්න ඕන නේද? That is what done. ඒතර පවර් එක එළියෙන් දෙන්නේ නැතුව කොයිල් එකට එළියෙන් දෙන්නේ නැතුව කරන්නේ කොයිල් එකට ඇතුලෙන් පවර් එක දෙනවා බැටරි එක පාවිච්චි කරලා. ඒක තමයි මෙතන තියෙන මේ ට්‍රික් එක. මොකද කොයිල් එකට එළියෙන් දුන්නාම නිකන් මැග්නට් එක ආරයට මෙහෙට තල්ලු වෙනවා විතරනේ. ඒක වැඩක් නැහැ. මැග්නට් එකක් දාලා බැටරියක් ඇතුලට දාලා කොයිල් එක ඇතුලෙන්ම මැග්නට් මේ පවර් එක දෙනවා. That is what done here. So that is creating the magnetic force. So that is a nice experiment. So it took me some time to study and give you the better solutions. That is why I suggest you. So take one without enamel, with enamel ගත්තම චුට්ටක් අමාරුයි. Insulated ඒවා ගත්තම මේක සුද්ධ කරන්න ගියාම ඒක සාර්ථක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. try කරා ටිකක් අමාරුයි. But හොඳට සුද්ධ කරලා ගත්තොත් okay. අනිත් එක you have to use a better battery, the battery like the small batteries available in the market, non-branded or some batteries that won't work. So take a powerful battery, then you can do that. And the neodymium magnets is also very important. So normal magnets won't work. I have neodymium one, I can show it to you. This is a normal and neodymium one, but take a cadilla them again. It's very powerful one. Can show you later. I'll show you, right? Okay, right. Type of power station, method of production. So this is actually practical things that we can see. I hope that you have visited at least one of these, haven't you? එකකට හරි visit කරලා තියෙනවද? Power station වල ස්කූල් වලින් එක් කරන් යනවා. නැත්නම් තනියෙන් හරි ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවද? දැකලා හරි තියෙනවද එළියේ? Anyone? Come on, පුතේ අද මොකද නිදිමතද? කවුරුත් කතා කරන්නේ නැති සඳි?
No sir.
ගිහිල්ලා නැද්ද? Power station එකට?
No sir.
එහෙම බලන්න ඕන ස්කූල් එකෙන් කරන් යනවා ඉස්සර නම් අපිම නම් එක් කරන් ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. But you can personally also visit there with the permission to learn. Right? So try to visit the place and see how the power electricity is produced, right? So hydropower stations, Kotmale, Lakshapana, Victoria, Rantambe, Randenigala, so you can just see. So maybe from the outside you can see, but going inside is a bit difficult because you need special permission. But at least some of these you can.
I have seen.
I have seen good. right? So they are using a fixed dynamos, large dynamo to large turbine, and rotate the turbine with the help of stream of water. Actually speaking, I recently got to know, but I don't know the actually truth or like cause of this statement. This is not truly depend on hydropower. So because there was a statement like to initial rotation, there is a requirement of fuel. I'm not sure whether this is true or false. මම අර තෙල් නැති වුණ කාලේ තේරුනේ මේ කියන කතාවලින් තමයි දැනගත්තේ මූලිකව කරන්ට් එක දෙන්න මොකද මම මේ ඒ පැත්ත ස්ටඩි කරලා නැහැ ගොඩක් මේ ඇත්තටම කොහොමද හයිඩ්‍රෝ පවර් එක වැඩ කරන්නේ කියන එක. So this like theoretically and this small scale implementations, yes, I know, but the thing is this is very large scale engineering application. So initial rotation, there may be like maybe for the initial rotation it needs some external power, because these are very giant large things. අපි දැන් එකක් හදුවොත් නම් initial rotation එක ඇඟිල්ලෙන් හරි කරකවලා දෙන්න පුළුවන් පොඩ්ඩක්. But it's not like that. No, it's a very giant and large projects. Wind power stations, Hambantota, Puttalam, Chilo, you can see some wind power stations. I have seen one in this that is not a big one, but wind turbines are there in Norelli area also. Coal power station, Norachole. Right, Norachole is it's using coal, like it rotates the turbine using burning coal or the fuel. So that is Kalanati says fuel, rotate dynamo more with an engine. So these are the methods. But in Sri Lanka, there is a higher possibility to establish power station using sea waves, right? Because we are an island, surrounding is water. We have a lot of energy outside and also solar power. These are two very good solutions to the current power problem. Those are two important solutions that I can suggest. So everybody knows that, but the thing is the investment is the problem, and most of the government were not interested in investing these things. But it's a pathetic situation. If we can like now actually we have domestically people are using solar, but ocean waves is not possible to use like that. Solar can be used. So you can see hydropower, these are the turbines and this dynamo inside the turbines. So you can see how it works. Wind power station. Okay, some countries, I couldn't mention, some countries use nuclear power to rotate these turbines and all. They are using nuclear reactions, right? Okay, so after this, I think I just demonstrated you the lemon battery. Similar to that, we can use sulfuric acid or the battery acid. Battery acid battery කඩවල වලින් ගන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් සාමාන්‍ය සමහරවිට hardware වලක් තියෙනවා. So that is actually dilute sulfuric, not actually condensed version, so that you have to take a light acidic one, not a heavily, like you don't use high concentrated acid. So that is really damaging, because sulfuric is a powerful acid, right? And you can use a copper and zinc sheet. So what will happen? So copper is a metal, zinc is a metal, and sulfuric is an acid. What will happen? Normally a metal is put into an acid. What will happen? Normally what will happen? Metal එකක් acid වලට දැම්මා. මොකද වෙන්නේ? Okay, I can suggest you small thing. Please come with observation next day. ඊළඟ දවසේ observations එක ඇවිල්ලා චුට්ටක් මට කියන්න. මොකද්ද දන්නවද? So okay, please write down this. Come with the observations and tell me, right? Don't lie, don't like ignore this. Please do this experiment. This is compulsory, right? Okay, what you need to do? Find some old batteries. Dry cell, right? No need to find the lead acid and all. Dry cell batteries for AA, double A, triple A. Right, then remove the outer cover and extract zinc by removing inner content, carbon and outer layer. So then what you need to do, you have to remove the cover. Cover remove karanna. You can get the help of your parents to remove this, and you can get zinc layer. Zinc layer in the middle. So where the zinc තියෙන්නේ? මෙන්න මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ zinc. හරි. Dry cell වල zinc තියෙනවා. Zinc තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම. So let's see here. So there's a carbon. Here anode is zinc can, right? Anode is what you can see here. It is zinc. ඒ කියන්නේ හරි මේ තියෙන බැටරි එකක් ගත්තම මැද එක carbon, there is cathode, graphite or carbon. So then in the middle you have the paste of magnesium oxide, and so that is in the middle carbon filled layer in the middle. Ammonium chloride, magnesium dioxide and carbon there. Okay, that part you need to remove. මේවා සුද්ධ කරලා අයින් කරලා දාන්න. මේ carbon එකත් අයින් කරන්න. You have to extrude, get this anode, right? Zinc anode. And then what you need to do, cut that into small pieces and test the reaction with battery acid. You can find battery acid, you can buy small amount of battery acid and put this in, like take small amount of battery acid, maybe you can use 100 milliliter, and put zinc into it. Put 100 milliliter and zinc into the battery acid and see the reaction, what will happen. If you have copper wire, you can try with the copper wire too, but more reaction, that there is a better reaction in zinc, with zinc or aluminium. Zinc is better, like zinc is basically reacting, highly reacting with these acids. So use zinc and see. Okay, don't skip this one. So you can find all these things easily. Do this experiment and see. Actually, there will be a gas emitter. If you want, you can put small balloon to collect that gas. But make sure not to keep it closer to any fire, because this gas emitted is hydrogen. And if you keep it closer to fire, that will blast, because hydrogen will act as, hydrogen is explosive, right? Hydrogen is explosive. It can create fire. Therefore, be careful. Don't keep it closer to a fire. But if you can, collect the hydrogen as well. Do this experiment and come up with the reactions. So let's discuss the remaining part next day. Good night.
Okay, sir. Good night, sir.
Come back.